The Mavic Pro was the first drone that I bought, and there's been many more DJI drones have come on the market since then, including the brand new DJI Mavic Air 2. However, I haven't flown my drone in I don't know how long, and I'm thinking, okay, I'd like to get the Mavic Air 2 because, you know, new toy syndrome. But is the original Mavic Pro, which was the kind of the first kind of small-ish handheld drone from DJI, is it still worthy? Do you need to get rid of it? Is it as good as I used to think it'd be? Yeah, it's 60 megabits per second, but will it do the job? Let's find out.
I heard you say we're falling like stars, and I didn't notice the chaos inside my heart. Were you gonna tell me?
The last time I flew the DJI Mavic Pro was, I guess, way too long ago. Probably it was around the time the Teamwork Grand Council, where we took some kind of aerial shots and stuff like that, and some aerial photography. I haven't flown it in a long time. Maybe I flew it at the start of the year. I just really haven't had the use for it. And let me tell you, I'm absolutely sick to my stomach that this thing is up in the air. Sick in my stomach because it's so expensive. But that's the whole thing. It's kind of a bit of a fun and it's a bit of a buzz as well. But does it do the job? Does it do the job? Let's find out in a little bit of a footage montage. And it's not for me to tell you whether or not it does the job or not. But if you're thinking about buying maybe the new DJI Mavic Air, or maybe you're going to pick up a DJI Mavic Pro for second hand or something like that, take a look at this footage and let me know in the comments, what do you think?
Were you gonna tell me? Were you gonna tell me? Were you gonna tell me? You thought I knew. Were you gonna tell me? Were you gonna tell me? Were you gonna tell me? You thought I knew. You thought I knew. You thought I knew.
That was all shot at 4K 30. Took one or two photographs as well, just for the hell of it, just a bit raw. Yes! What's going on?
There's something stuck in my seatbelt and we can't get it on.
Okay, I gotta go be a dad, but 4K 30, let's go back to the studio and see how good or bad this footage is, because it's really hard to judge it from a phone. And I go fix the seatbelt. That's some footage from the DJI Mavic Pro. This is the original Mavic that came out a couple of years ago. And before we continue, tell me in the comments, what did you think? Some of the footage here was ungraded and some of it was lightly graded using Lumetri in Adobe Premiere Pro. Is it fit for purpose? Does it work? Couple of things to note here. First off, are you predominantly consuming your video content, be it yours and other people's, on a mobile phone? If you watch this on a mobile phone, chances are you probably thought that looked pretty good. If you looked at it on a tablet, maybe something like an iPad Pro, bigger screen, similar kind of size to a laptop screen, you're like, yeah, it looked good, but So the bigger the screen that you're consuming or creating your content for, here's where the problem lies. The bit rate. 60 megabits per second is the maximum bit rate on the DJI Mavic Pro. Now, back in the day, I always remember somebody like Philip Bloom saying, it's not fit for purpose, it's not enough. And he was right, because the more detail and movement you have in the scene, this is where the bit rate starts making things look a little bit pixelated. You can see it particularly around the river scenes, anytime there's foliage or bushes or trees, you can see where a higher bitrate would help having the detail. However, if you're looking at this on your phone, again, the small screen hides all of that. But the moment you go anything bigger, it is a problem. The other downside I find with the Mavic Pro is the flight time. 15 to 20 minutes before you have to land and change a battery. Now, if you bought the Flymore pack at the time it came out, you do have extra batteries, and if you have all of those charged, you're probably looking at 45 minutes to maybe an hour of flying time with the Mavic Pro. I did find I changed batteries twice on this particular flight. Again, no big deal. Footage, it's okay. It's 8-bit, so you can't really push the grade too much. If you are grading your stuff in Cine like D or D-Log, you can kind of grade the footage. So is the original Mavic Pro still any good? Is it still fit for purpose? I would argue that unless there is something very specific in the DJI Mavic Air 2, for example, that you want, absolutely the original Mavic Pro is fit for purpose. However, you might be like me. You might have the new toy syndrome that you just absolutely positively have to get that. And obviously technology has come on and developed in the last couple of years, so your video quality and your picture quality is going to be that little bit better. Keep in mind when the Mavic Pro came out, it was like, you know, 1,500-1,600 bucks. Big difference. So even buying a second-hand one of the Mavic Pro now, unless you get a really good deal on it, the Mavic Air 2 is probably the way to go. But yeah, the Mavic Pro is absolutely still worth it. It still does it. It still flies. It's still got 4K 30. I was watching my THs. It's got all of those kind of flight modes, the Droney and the Asteroid and all those kind of things if you want to use those. So in summary, the Mavic Pro is absolutely still fit for purpose. It is worth it. But if you want better video quality and if you want better photos, then you really are going to have to go to something like the Mavic Air 2 or the Mavic Pro 3 or whatever that's going to happen. Look at the footage that I shot, and again, there was no rhyme or reason to this footage. It was just random stuff within the social distancing level of thing that we can move from our house. So there's not a lot of exciting things to shoot. So look at that footage. Did it look good to you? If it looked good to you, great, Mavic Pro. 100%. If you're like, no, Vic, you could see where the bitrate fell apart. You could see that you couldn't push the grade that much. And if you've got all of these other reasons and you know what you're at, then Mavic Pro is not fit for purpose anymore. For me, it's new toy syndrome. I'm probably going to sell this and buy the other one. If you want to see some of my older drone videos with some really good footage and give you another idea of how good the Mavic Pro can be, there's some video clips there if you want to check those out. And we'll see you on the next episode of the vlog. And by the way, if you found this video useful, please consider hitting subscribe and the like button and drop me a comment, all those nice things. Don't stop fighting for yourself.